What is up, guys? What is up? Welcome to the Fly Like an Eagle podcast. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm here with my guys, James Gorgia and Joe Marks from the Patterson Ave Sports Show. See, I got it right. I got it right.
Nailed it, dude.
How you guys doing? James, that's what we do. How you doing, man?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Nothing like exactly excitement for another Eagles season. We finally made it, boys. And last night it was a great showing of some other players that were on this team last year that actually different players on the team. But overall, happy Friday, everybody. And we're just counting the days down until the Super Bowl banner will be parading down our and taking on Dallas, man. But I cannot wait. But overall, how are you guys doing on this very important Friday afternoon?
Doing good, man. Joe, how about yourself?
Man, I gotta tell you, you're gonna be trigger happy with those sound effects today because it was a very interesting night last night with the Eagles Bengals game.
Sure
And
was.
there's a lot to kind of unpack. And man, last night's game made me more excited, if that's even possible.
Oh,
Made me
yeah.
more excited for this upcoming season.
Yeah,
Yep.
man.
I agree with that, man. I agree with that. But we got to get started with talking about some Dallas Cowboys and this whole Micah Parsons situation.
You
Now
mean
you get that
Michael?
boost sound effect.
You mean Michael Parsons?
Micah Parsons,
Michael.
yes.
Michael.
There we go.
That's what Jerry keeps calling him. Michael Parsons.
So let's start off, man. Joe, how do you feel about this whole thing with the Cowboys?
I'm loving it. I love that this thing is just breaking more and more dysfunctional.
Mm-hmm.
And look, sometimes what the leader exemplifies is what everyone else exemplifies. Jerry Jones is a crazy loon. He needs to just hand the reins off to his son and hope for the best and just go off onto the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
That cowboy is done his last rodeo. It's done. And it's okay to be done. But the idea that he wants to be this crazy dude and this crazy old man that's just hanging around the ranch far too long, mispronouncing his own players' names, sitting here saying that deal's gonna get done, and then saying, well, if he wants a trade, maybe we'll entertain some offers. But dude, what in the hell are you talking about? Like, someone either is feeding this guy vodka from the minute he wakes up in the morning to the time he goes to bed at night, and we are just getting the drunk Jerry. That's what I feel like we're getting.
Yep.
James?
Well, I mean, it actually makes me feel good to see more teams like the Cowboys and the Commanders and people like, well, you know what's funny? At the same time, too, when I thought about this, I said to myself when Micah Parsons was holding out and when Terry McLaurin was asking for a trade, I said to myself we are probably one of the most balanced, organized teams in all football. Probably all football. Because you think about other teams that had like controversies this year. You think about Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers. That took an arm and a leg to get. The Bengals not signing their first draft pick or one of their draft picks of this year's draft. I mean, the whole league is just a complete, utter cluster bleep, going to admit. I mean, that's the most important thing. Because, like, the Eagles are just so balanced. And they are so, they help. I mean, the one thing I would really like to see, especially like a team like Dallas, coming into a new year, 30 years removed from their last Super Bowl appearance. And what better way to see them coming, obviously, on opening night as we raise that second banner. But back to the Micah Parsons thing here for a sec. I find it laughable to say, just to see the Cowboys continue to be disgruntled. And I like to see our ex-owner, Mr. Josh Harris, the carpetbagger himself up in Washington, suffer a little bit too. So the thing about it too is that there's no drama with this team. There's no dare I say, Terrell Owens doing sit-ups in the driveway, which I was there back 20
Speaking
years
of,
ago.
it's the anniversary.
It's the
of
anniversary
that.
coming up. Yes.
No,
Yeah,
it's
coming up.
today.
Is it? Oh, yes, it is. You're right. It is today. It's
Yes.
today. You're right.
Am I missing something?
The
What's that?
anniversary of that iconic image of
Oh.
Theo doing sit-ups.
Wow.
Oh, and that's when you met him, right?
Yes, sir. I'm the
That
carpet
is so
muncher.
funny to me.
I'm the
That is so
carpetbagger.
funny to me.
She gets
That
it.
is so funny to me how you bumped into him the same day.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if you ever get my my cousin Brendan Armstrong on the show, he'll tell you about that very important day too. So, but yeah,
I gotta say, James, he met you and was like, "Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm gone." Like this weirdo. What
Yeah.
is this guy doing? Like he's coming up to me asking for an autograph. Look, dude, look at my body. Why would I? Okay,
honestly,
fine.
I mean, even to this day, someone asked me like, what'd you say to T.O. that made him so like bent out of shape? And I said, dude, honestly, I shit you not, I didn't say a damn thing. I'm like, I was like shy back then. Gonna admit, I was like really like a real shy SOB. But at the same time, too, I mean, I'm not one guy's like, hey, you're not playing for the Eagles this year because Donovan McNabb's a piece of shit. I mean, I wouldn't say that. I mean, if that. Like, in this day and age, like, if this happened in this day and age, it would be a big, big storyline. It would never end. Kind of like the Michael Parsons thing up in Dallas. I'm surprised he hasn't done sit-ups in the driveway yet, like, just to piss off Jarrett.
Well,
Yeah.
Mitch, what James isn't telling you is that he shook T.O.'s hand, pulled him close for like a bro hug, and whispered in T.O.'s ear, "Get off my team." That's really what happened. That's really what happened. But let me go into.
Suck. You suck, T.O.
Get off my
You
team.
suck.
So, one of the things I got to say is, I heard about the report.
My friend Eileen joined
on the midday from Hugh Douglas. Shaquille O'Neal has put a bet on the Eagles-Cowboys game. If the Cowboys lose and the Eagles win, he has to go. He has a restaurant in Las Vegas on the Strip.
Right.
He's going to stand in front of his restaurant in a dress. If the Eagles win and the Cowboys lose.
Hey.
I gotta say, I gotta say,
Straight coming up the bet
should never happen in Vegas.
Yeah.
Hopefully he shaves his legs. That's all I gotta say.
Let's just get to the comments really quick here. James, you want to read this one?
Yeah, this is my pop saying, wow, happy Terrell Owens anniversary 20 years ago today. Hard to believe, Harry. James got his signature on a football an hour before he was suspended. True story. I have the proof of it. I got the evidence.
See? He said, I got to give this punk kid my autograph, and he's got the gall to tell me to get off his team? Wow.
Well, yeah, if you ever seen the movie Airplane, when there was a little kid ripping Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, that's me telling Tia how much he sucked. Hey, I know who you are. You're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah.
I'm having too much fun with this.
Yes, you are.
Man, you're on
like
fire today.
With a new toy.
And the new toys
I've had it for a while now, but this is our first time on Fly Like an Eagle in this StreamYard. So I just want
it's like your show, your rules. You're like the Bill Maher of the comments.
Let's do it live.
James, you want to read this one?
Yeah, this is my friend Eileen Martell comes in and says, hello, James and guys. How about those birds? Liking the secondary quarterback. Go Birds. Welcome to the 2025 season of the Eagles. Wonderment. So, yeah, that's the one thing for sure. I thought about this last night. When was the last time we actually had a really good preseason game that actually watched that was really effective like they were last night? I can't tell you the last time.
Honestly, I can't tell you either.
Me neither.
I go back to the Donovan years because I used to watch preseason religiously, and really, I would say that really started in the Donovan years when I was watching like Ty Denver and AJ Feely and
Oh
stuff
yeah.
like that, and then eventually Coy Denver and whatnot, and like I was like, man, these guys are really good because I remember Donovan going down with an injury.
Mm.
And AJ Feely came in, and I just remember everyone going, "Oh my God, we're gonna lose." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "No, we're good." And people are like, "What do you mean we're good? It's AJ Feely." And I'm like, "No, I watched him in the preseason. He's good." Like having these quality players, and I mean, what other people don't realize is like guys like Corell Buckholter were guys that really got their bread and butter started in the preseason. There's a lot of guys back in those Donovan years that wouldn't have survived ordinarily if it wasn't for those preseason games.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta say right now, I think the first my dad brings up a very good point here too. This was in 2004 when T.O.
Mhm.
came as the first play of the game when it was Terrell Owens to when Donovan McNabb threw the pass to Terrell Owens in the first
Yep.
preseason game. That was the beginning of that Super Bowl year in 2004. So yeah, you know what? I gotta be in that same category. I gotta say, yeah, 2004 first preseason game. I mean that was probably the closest thing. But as a kid, I was only 9, 10 years old at the time. I'm 30 years old now. So, I mean, majority of my life, I mean, the one thing I always look forward to preseason is just that unknown, the darlings, like the Paul Turners, if you remember that too, or maybe
Yep.
Corey Clement, Josh Adams, and the list goes on and on about that.
I mean,
But
like James, you got to
yeah,
think about this too. Is that Tio made that impression here in Philly with the sit-ups in the driveway. He
hmm
then later on he has another little hissy fit, not necessarily in preseason but in regular season, but then with the Cowboys.
yeah.
That's my quarterback, man. Don't talk about my quarterback,
What was that?
man.
Tony Romo? Was it Tony Romo he
Yes,
was talking
That
about?
was
Wow,
Romo.
yes.
wow.
And so you got to understand, like
My quarterback.
part part of like the whole
Yeesh.
situation with the Cowboys and Eagles,
Mm,
um, and especially in preseason, like ramping up. This is the first time in a very long time. I can't even recall the last time that the Cowboys and Eagles faced off in week one because usually we have to wait till like mid-season
Yeah.
for Cowboys week. So it feels like Cowboys week is lasting. It's more like Cowboys month. Like we're waiting for the Cowboys, like thirsty for what's about to happen. And I gotta say, last night, I know we're probably gonna talk more about it, but like Tanner McKee, I I said something earlier to a friend of mine. I texted it to him, and later on, Elliot Short Park said the exact line to on air that I said to my friend. So I'm like, did my friend text Elliot Short Parks? I'm not sure. But Tanner McKee reminded me a lot last night of Nick Foles.
Ooh,
Very poised, very tall, very poised, and very accurate. He could get through his reads, and he was able to drive the ball downfield. Man, to have that kind of asset along with guys like Jalen Hurts and everybody else on this offense, sheesh. I mean, that means in my mind that this team just got stronger.
Yeah. This whole thing with Tanner McKee, it is just crazy how he's the arguably best backup quarterback in the league. He's better than every single one of the Browns quarterbacks. He's better than Dak Prescott. He's better than everyone in the NFC East besides Jalen Hurts. You could throw Jaden Daniels in there, fine. Tanner McKee's top three in the East. Okay,
yeah. Well,
whatever.
and that's the thing too, because you think about the last time. Actually, my dad brings up a very good point here. Since you talked about the last time the Eagles played the Cowboys in week 1. I mean, obviously it was in Dallas, but it was that pickle juice game.
Yeah.
That was 25 years ago. But the last time this was actually a real truthful fact is the last time the Eagles played a game against Dallas here in Philadelphia was the first game at the Vet in 1971 when they got torched. And my dad was in attendance for that game too, so I can show you the comment right here. So he says, so it's like the last time the Eagles played a game against Dallas was the first game at the Vet in 1971 of September of 1971. He was at the game in the first ever Eagles game he ever went to, and I guess, I guess it's kind of like father like son because my first ever Eagles Dallas game was exactly the year they won the Super Bowl in 2018, but it was Veterans Day night and Carson Wentz looked like shit. And that was probably one of those embarrassing games that I had to say Carson Wentz was starting to smell himself a little bit. I mean, there was another chance I could have gone to was exactly 10 years before that in 2008 when it was that 44-6 game. And I could have gone to the game. My dad had another ticket in attendance. And I said, nah, I'd rather hang out with my buddies. Boy, did I miss that game. And I say to myself, that was probably one of the greatest games to ever be at because that was the same game they got into the postseason. They went on to the championship game. Unfortunately, Cardinals got in the way. But I still haven't seen Eagles-Dallas games yet. I mean, I still haven't seen that moment between Eagles and Dallas that's been the best. I mean, 2006 is the one I should have gone to, too, because that was T.O. coming back to town. And that place was jumping. And that was probably my first ever experience. Not my first ever experience, but noticing that rivalry between the Eagles and the Cowboys. But those two games that stick out to me the most is on Veterans Day night of 2018 when Carson Wentz just really blew. I mean, you can just hear the boos in the background. And, I mean, even listening to that game later with Merrill and Mike on my headset, on the headphones, I said, wow, I think Merrill hates the Cowboys more than we do because he was really pissed off that night after that performance, and every fan in that who was in attendance that night, they were like, "This is what we signed up for to see the Eagles take on the Cowboys, and we can't even beat Dak Prescott and Zeke Elliott." I mean, seriously. I mean, even Carson Wentz looked horrible that night too. But the game that sticks out to me the most that I should have gone to was that 44-6 game in 2008, the same year the Phillies won the World Series, too.
Yeah. So really quick, right before the preseason game against the Bengals, the Eagles actually made a trade. I think it was 2 nights ago.
Yep.
And that's for the cornerback Jacory Bennett in exchange for Thomas Booker. I'm going to miss Thomas Booker. I was always a fan of him. I always liked how he approached the game. But, hey, our cornerback 2 room right now, with Kelly Ringo, we're going to talk about that more later.
Mm-hmm.
We could use all the help. We need all the help we can get. So,
yeah, definitely, for sure.
Joe, how do you feel about Jacory Bennett?
Well, I'm with you. I like Thomas Booker. I even kind of had a thing with him. Booker T from wrestling, and every time he did something, I'm like, sucker! But yeah, Jacory Bennett is interesting. He hasn't played a ton of games. He was hurt for a lot last season. The interesting thing to me is he was a second string cornerback in Las Vegas. And I don't know if he's the answer. I think I hate to kind of use a word around here that we've been using in regards to the Phillies. I think he's a platoon guy. And I don't love that logic. I think, he's good enough, and we'll have to see how good enough. He hasn't even practiced yet. So, we'll see. The jury's still out for me, and I don't have enough tape to really evaluate him enough to feel confident that he's the answer.
Yeah. And so, James, what about you?
Well, it was a good. Actually, I heard I think Voss Tucker said this last night on the broadcast about he saw some of the games that Jacory Bennett was a part of the Raiders, and he said he said that it was I think he said that it was that it's a good piece. Like the question is though too is that like I'm kind of with Joey on this one, like with the platooning of like who they're gonna platoon with that secondary, and also, and I'm not gonna lie to you, the last night when I saw with Kiwi Ringo and with what's his name, Adoree Jackson, I wasn't impressed by it. I wasn't nearly the least impressed. I thought they could have done more. And you know how much a big Kiwi Ringo fan I am. I would like to see him like basically become something. Obviously, I know his stuff going back to Georgia, that he was a real good piece from that secondary in that national title game against Alabama in 2021. But overall, I mean, last night was not a real good performance by yeah, you know, I guess yeah, I was really disappointed by both of them last night. I mean, hopefully next week we'll see Jacory and Bennett um get some reps here in the second game of the preseason. I guess this is kind of like the dress rehearsal game to see what they have in store for that secondary next week. So for me, I would love to see a better performance from Ringo and Adoree Jackson, but I'll be anxious to see what Jacory and Bennett does, especially what he does against those because I think this week the Cleveland Browns are doing I think they're doing some I think the Eagles and Browns are doing some joint practices this week. So I'll be anxious to see what he does this week, especially in his first reps as an Eagle coming up this week against Cleveland.
The only thing I want to see is Jacory and Bennett intercept the legendary Shedeur Sanders. That's what I want. I want Jacory and Bennett to pick
There
him
you
up.
go. There you go.
Legendary. Legendary.
Yeah,
Yeah, legendary.
let's see how many. I mean, it's
Man,
kind of
that
like
Browns room is so bad.
the
Jesus.
rotating quarterback room that is the Cleveland Browns. They
Mm.
have 6 quarterbacks currently on their roster.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I
Yeah, they
don't
have to.
understand why you have that many quarterbacks. Yeah, I get it. You're trying to find who's the better. It's like having like these small little appetizers and saying they're gonna all fill me up if I eat them all, and
Yeah,
they're
it's like
not. They're just not. They're not going to be better than the other. One's not going to fill you up more than the other. They're all just C level, B level, at the most B level quarterbacks. And look, I kind of hope that down the road, Shedeur Sanders gets cut
hmm,
because I then would trade
DTR
DTR
become
for Shedeur Sanders. Like I would cut DTR and bring in Shedeur Sanders.
okay.
I don't know. I don't want
I
that
don't know, man.
legendary over here.
I no disrespect. I mean, look, I'm with you, Joe. I know what you're saying. I don't want it. I don't want the headache. I don't. I don't want the. I don't want the.
He's a
I don't.
third string quarterback. What
No,
headache?
no.
He already got
on
two.
the bench
He
with the
already got 2
clipboard.
speeding tickets.
Well, not only that. It's just that the Dion effect, saying, "Oh, my son's is gonna be like kind of like the LeVar Ball bullshit that we had to deal with his son."
Well, here's the difference: is Dion is going to say, my son, the
Yeah, and
third
he's gonna be right
string."
near, and he's gonna be like nose to nose with Sirianni.
Well, here's the thing: Dion's going to get flashbacks of being in Philadelphia and what what this city did to him when he was in the Cowboys blue. So believe me, Dion knows how to tread
Correct.
lightly in this city. That being said, his son coming here, he's going to be holding a clipboard. There's nothing to take. The only prime time he's going to be that his son's going to be involved in is watching prime time television. That's it.
I just don't want it at all.
Okay, I mean, I guess. I mean,
Hey, but
I don't know, man.
we're talking about backup quarterbacks right now, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, right. I was
what?
gonna say we're still talking about backup quarterbacks, right?
Yeah, let's talk about that because Tanner McKee. If a team offered a draft pick for him, would you take it?
No.
No.
Not at all. Not even if it was
Now-
like a second-round pick.
Nah.
Here's my thing. I heard this debate earlier, and
Yeah.
this is what I have to say in response. I would not trade him for a pick. However, I would trade him for a corner or an edge
Okay.
guy.
Okay.
I would trade him for something we could need, like right now. Like if the Rams called me and said we want Tanner McKee to be the heir apparent for Matthew Stafford.
Right.
If I knew I had the Rams over a barrel, especially like if Matt Stafford got hurt and I had the Rams over a barrel, I would go, okay, you guys can have Tanner McKee. You guys give us Jared Verse.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'll take that. Like, I'll take Jared Verse for Tanner McKee. Like, you put Jared Verse on this defense with everybody else, all of a sudden that rushing attack looks very vicious.
I'll go one step further. If the Raiders are calling and they want Tanner McKee, I want Max Crosby.
See, now here's where this is the problem, though, James. You
What's
can't
that?
get Max Crosby because he's on a max deal. He's on a big
Yeah,
contract.
Max
Yeah.
Crosby's on a max deal. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Now, I'll tell you the other person I'm
Well, at
thinking
least-
about.
I gotta
This will-
admit, hold on, that was funny. That was funny. I gotta use this. I'm sorry.
This is the other person I was thinking about, and other team I was thinking about. And James, this will come as no surprise to you.
Well, maybe Myles Garrett. Like maybe that'll make it interesting. But continue.
He's on a big contract too. The difference,
Damn, yeah.
the
right.
difference is Tanner McKee's on the minimum, so you got to get someone who's still on their rookie deal. So that's why I'm saying Jared Verse. I'm like, you want Tanner McKee, you give us Jared Verse.
I
Now,
like Jared Verse too.
I don't know if that would ever happen. That's a little pie in the sky. However, this one I'd be more than willing to have happen. Again, James might know why I choose this trade option. Tanner McKee to the Seattle Seahawks for Woolly Mammoth.
Oh.
For Trey Woolen.
Wait, Woolly Mammoth? Are we watching the movie Ice Age now?
No. His nickname is the Woolly Mammoth. Trey Woolen, who
I
is
know what you're talking about.
corner for the Seattle Seahawks. I
Man,
gotta say,
you know what? That might be that might work. That actually might work. That might work.
How old is he? I'm gonna.
I mean, here's my
It's
thing.
probably like 25, 26, maybe.
Yeah, he was
even that.
drafted
22
years ago. Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah. So he's still technically on his rookie deal.
Yes, he is. And he, my feeling is you get him in here, you put him at CB2, and we solve that problem. And, no offense to Adoree Jackson or
he's
Keely
26.
Ringo.
26.
That's fine by me.
Fine
That's
by
fine
me.
by me.
26. And the guy we just traded for, he's 24 years old. The cornerback is 24. So
You know what's
Well,
funny?
the potential is there for him. There for him.
You know what's funny? All the players that we have on this roster are all younger than all of us that are standing in this room right now. Think about that. Like they're younger than me. They're younger
Mute
than you,
his
Mitch.
microphone, Mitch. Mute his microphone.
Nah, I'm good.
I'll do it.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You just get this.
I'm older than Nick Sirianni, for Christ's sake. Thank you.
I know it's a violation. I know. I did.
You don't get that.
Hey, look, I'd rather be old than young. I you know how much of an old head I am.
I'd rather be younger than older.
Well,
I'm
about
about
if you see the gray hairs in the beard, there's a reason why.
Yeah.
What's that?
I'm about to be 31 in less than a month.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm still 30.
Hey, my birthday's on the Eagles vs Cowboys opening night. So
Ken,
I guess I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'm going to be 45 in less than 3 months.
Wow.
Like, understand the geezers in the building.
Yeah, I guess I can say.
Damn.
Sorry, this sound effect is mainly made for basketball, so this is what it normally sounds like.
Rick.
Hold
Okay.
on, you were brick because someone will miss the shot, so I would click that and there will be brick.
I thought it was what do you call it? The what was it? Chris Tucker and
Yeah, it is.
Damn. Damn.
It is. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Damn.
67 boys.
Jeez.
Yeah, but last night, let's just get right into the game because I got a lot to say
man.
about this,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Wow. Oh,
Right?
wow.
Right?
Because think about this, right? The Bengals are starting their starters. They were playing their starters, and we weren't. Most of our offense wasn't even starting. The only starter I could think of was Tyler Steen on the offensive side, I think.
Yes.
So that was the only one we played. They had Jamar Chase. They had Joe Burrow, who got sacked, by the way.
T. Higgins was playing there too, and Chase
T.
Brown
Higgins was there. He was there too. Their offensive line sucks, and their defense sucks. So I'm just saying, you can't contain a practice squad. That makes you think here a little bit.
Well, more to the point, they're not just their first team offense, their first team defense.
Yeah.
Ross Tucker brought this up on the broadcast that when Tanner McKee was driving like he was, on pretty much all the drives that he was playing quarterback. The idea, especially in the first quarter, Ross pretty much brought up to the audience that he's doing this on the first team Bengals, like the first team defense. So like he was scorching them. And these are, second string guys on the offense that are doing it, that are just driving up and down the field on this defense for the Bengals. So here's a little tip for those people that are about to have fantasy drafts. Don't pick the Bengals defense. That's just a hot tip. Just don't do it.
Or you can hit that X button and say, then you can hit the X button too, like with not.
I need more sound effects.
Well, I can give you a couple music pads if you need it.
Let's all fair. Let's all fair.
All right, go James. Go James.
Well, last night when I was watching that game, I had to say right now, that was probably the most exciting game to be look, preseason games, you don't know what you're going to get. I mean, you think about it all the times when you have, these 4 preseason games, get these 4 things out of the way. Honestly, it was probably one of the best preseason games I could ever remember. Like we brought up early on in this show. Because this is one of the reasons why I became an Eagles fan, is because I always look forward to preseason. And everyone would say, why do you care about preseason? Like, stars are never playing. What's the big deal? The depth on the team is the one thing I'm curious to know about more than preseason. You think about it last night with Johnny Wilson, who had a stellar game. I thought he played his heart out last night. Then, what was it? Darius Cooper, some guy that we never even know, we don't even know, and haven't even heard of, and he turned into like undrafted free agent. Unbelievable. I mean, and this is the thing. The thing that makes it even more intriguing is that it's actually entertaining for fans to see this, to see fans like young fans and even older fans like ourselves, and say, wow, we actually saw a game that we both enjoyed, and also it was very, very intriguing. I was really happy to see Johnny Wilson with those hops last night, man. Kind of mossing those cornerbacks here and there. Kind of reminded me of kind of looked like another version of Devontae Smith out there a little bit. But overall, I mean, Johnny Wilson looked very well. Darius Cooper was the star of the night. I thought he played his backside off. And also, too, I have to say right now, I was really impressed with Ty Robinson, and let alone Jahai Campbell. I love you, pal. You did a great job last night, but you got to hold on to that football, man. You got to hold on to that football with that interception. It's kind of like when Mike Mayo would call it, I know he's excited, but at the same time, too, you had to catch the football if you want to get those interceptions, man. There was a couple of them that were last night that were like a little bit of hit or miss, but at the same time, too, I mean, it was a good game overall. I thought it was a really good game by the boys last night, by the Birds last night.
Yeah, here's the thing: is there was another player. We're talking about interceptions here. Another player I mentioned once before on this show, and he came out to play last night. I didn't think he got enough playing time, but he came out to play, and he's going to compete for this team, and that's Eli Ricks. This kid, he had a ball thrown at his chest, And it was such a poorly thrown ball. He didn't expect it. He was like, wait, what are you throwing it at me for? He's like it caught him off guard. It was so poorly thrown.
Right.
Now, he'll admit he should have caught it, but this is a guy who had a lot of pass breakups last night. Played, I would say, better defense than Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo last night. I'm not saying he's there. It's a small sample size, but it shows to me that Ricks wants to be here, wants to be on this team. Another guy that showed me he wants to be here, and then another ridiculous take by Elliott Shore Parks was A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon is he's a beast.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I knew he could truck people. Like, that I understood. He was a power back. But to have the jump move into the hole to run, I'm like, wait a minute, he's got finesse too? I'm like, wait a minute, he can catch the ball? Like, wait, what? Well, it's like Jerome Bettis mixed with Marshall Faulk. Like, I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, I'm good with this if this is our second string guy. Between him and Will Shipley, I think this is going to be what Saquon Barkley needs this year in order to be fresh, or at least to be able to get through the season.
I'll go one step further since you brought up that running back core last night. I thought A.J. Dillon played very well last night, too.
He did.
And I thought he reminded me a little bit of LeGarrette Blount a little bit, too. But I'll say right now. But you know who stood out last night? My boy, Will Shipley. Will Shipley. Yes. The one thing I'll say right now, I said this before probably around 2 years. What was it? No, actually around this time a year ago. And I said, Will Shipley is going to be this team's Danny Woodhead. And I still think I really think he's going to be that change.
I think you're spot on with that. I think that is a spot on comp.
Because I've seen Danny Woodhead's work, and I said to myself, this kid reminds me of him. I mean, there was a time, like, I think a buddy of mine told me, yeah, it kind of reminds me of Rex Burkhead, but the difference is Danny Woodhead was like early on in his illustrious career when he was with the Jets. I mean, that was like just the big. I mean, before he went to the Patriots and went to the Chargers, I mean, he started to become a real like change of pace back, kind of like. And the other thing too about it too, I mean, when I saw Shipley last night, I even heard the replay of Scott Graham was like, remember the championship game? And I said to myself, you know, it had that same kind of feel as that championship game, like it did last night too. And even hearing that crowd, like even hearing it today on Unfiltered with Bill Carwillo and Ricky Patelko on 97.5 The Fanatic, hearing that crowd last night when that Shipley run happened, I was like, wow, it sounded like it was an actual regular season game or a playoff game, and that place was jumping last night, man.
And again, we say it was a preseason game, and usually the consensus is who cares about preseason?
Exactly.
Down, we pay attention, and the depth that's on this team, because we already know our starters are good. Like, we know that. Mm-hmm. We want to know what's in the cupboard. We want to know what's on the other side, just so in case anything happens, we don't have to feel like the bottom falls out once the starters are done, or if they get hurt or whatever. You know, we don't ever wish injury, but like, things happen in a long season like it is now. Things happen. So it definitely proves to me, you know, Mitch, you brought up in the beginning about how the Bengals, you know, started their starters, their first string.
Right.
The reason why they did that, at least in the Bengals' philosophy, in the Coach Taylor's philosophy, was that they got off to a really slow start last year. Listen, I get it. You don't want to get off to that slow of a start. But what happens when someone like Chase goes down, Jamar Chase goes down, or T. Higgins goes down, or Joe Burrow?
Right.
Like, you don't have anybody left in the cupboard. We are at least seeing what we have and what's good enough. We just said earlier about the CB2 position.
Mm-hmm.
We're not sure if Bennett's going to be the answer. We're not sure if Ringo's going to be the answer. We're not sure if, Dory Jackson's going to be the answer.
Yep.
Working this stuff out in the preseason allows us to know where these people's roles are. Aeneas Smith, I should say,
Yeah.
like his role is a punt returner now. Like
Mhm.
that was proof positive last night. He's going to be the special teams, specialist. That is going to be his role. So, yeah, I don't really agree with the Bengals' perspective. I think that Nick Sirianni and his coaching staff has a really good grasp on why they do what they do with the players that they play in preseason. And you know what? The players that played really still made the game really entertaining.
Yeah. And
No question.
I'm just going to say this. It has to do with us coming off of the Super Bowl victory, right? If we did not win that Super Bowl, I don't think this would have been as big as it was. Ergo, the Eagles are the number one in the sport in Philly. Number one, by far. It goes to Eagles, Sixers, Phillies, and Flyers right now. James, I don't know if you agree with me on that, but
Well,
with the
I mean,
rankings, and then the Union's 5.
man, the unions are the union's the union. I'm not crazy about that. But
Yeah,
no,
I'm
I
not
mean,
either.
but I mean, I guess for me, if I had to pick my Mount Rushmore of like the top
Yeah.
of Philly sports teams right now, I would have to say right now, obviously the Eagles, since their Super Bowl, like you brought up, they won. Mitch, I think the other thing too, it's a tie between the Phillies and the Flyers. Who the Phillies for me because like they're starting to get back into the groove of what they're trying to be. The Flyers are starting to move in a
They're
positive
not making the
direction.
playoffs, but keep going.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of with Joey. I'm kind of like with Joey on this one a little bit.
Wait
Oh,
till
now
my
you're
show.
with him on that.
Wait till
Now
our
you're with
show.
him on that.
Wait till our show tomorrow, Mitch. You'll get a whole
I'm not on it.
spoonful of sugar.
I'm not on it. It's just
I
Mark.
know. No, that's
But
fine. You
let
can
me
check
ask
it
you.
out later on Hardcore Sports Network.
I'll watch it. I'll be there
like
live, but
and
it's Mark's my
subscribe.
guy.
Well, let me ask you
Fucking
this.
love Mark.
Let me ask you this, Mitch.
Yeah.
If the Phillies, let's say for example, they go go far into the postseason. Let's say they make the postseason, right? And
Right. They're going to be one and done.
Okay.
They're going to be one and done. I said that multiple times.
Well,
I'm waiting until tomorrow. I'm not going to even get into
yeah,
this.
you know what? I think I'll wait until tomorrow too, pal.
I'm
You and me
not
both.
going to even get into this because I'm going to wait till tomorrow and then I'm going to put you and Frank Finnegan and put your stakes in the ground and put you where you belong right now because I don't.
It was a good week for the Phillies, though. It was a good week for them.
No, it was, but there's more,
Just
and
wait.
I'll
They
get
need
into
another
that
bat.
tomorrow.
They need another bat. Another bat. But look,
dude,
James. So yeah, go on. So
no,
you
no,
have the
no.
Phillies and
I
Flyers
was basically
tied?
done. I said the Phillies are my number 2, Flyers number 3, and the Sixers. I'm sorry, Sixers have no.
Yeah.
I try to picture myself like, okay, if we talk about the Sixers, what are we going to talk about when the season comes? You know, I mean, it's the same old song and dance. I mean, hearing the NBA news, hearing the Paul George news, it's like it's exhausting to say the least. It's pretty damn exhausting.
My main channel is based around the Sixers. Do you think I know that they are exhausting?
You could transfer that Sixers team and then talk some pucks with us. That's a little bit of a snippet coming up very, very soon. So please stick with us with that.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right.
But no. But basically, that's what I said. So it's Eagles, Phillies, Flyers, and Sixers. And
what about
you?
What about you, Joe? Where do you rank the Philly sports teams? Obviously, the Eagles are 1.
Well, of course the Eagles are 1 because they're the champs, and there's no way that they can't be number 1. I would go Phillies 2, and I kind of swap, James's thing. I think the Sixers 3,
Really?
and I think the Sixers not because I have faith in Embiid or Paul, but hang on, not because I have faith in the players like Paul George and Embiid. It's that the path to the playoffs is easier this season in the East than it has been in quite some time. So, it would take more effort for the Sixers not to make the playoffs than to make the playoffs in the East. The Celtics are out pretty much because they're
Yeah.
selling off everything. The Knicks, they
The
could
Knicks
be
are there.
They're
Yeah,
there, but Indiana is not going to be there because Halliburton's going to miss a whole season.
yeah.
There's some things that are opening up. Giannis wants out of Milwaukee. There's a lot of disruption in the East. So I feel like the path. I mean, because they only have to get to the 10th seed.
For the
That's it.
play-in, yeah.
Just
For the
the
bottom of the
play-in.
play-in, yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing. The path to the playoffs for the Sixers is easier than the path for the Flyers. The Flyers have to, not that I don't think the Flyers can make the playoffs this year. I
They
just think
definitely
it's
can.
harder to make the playoffs in the NHL than it is, especially in the East. It's
I'm
harder to make the playoffs in the East, in the
I mean,
NHL, than it is in the
I'm gonna
NBA.
say this. James, you will agree with me on this. The
mm,
Flyers have a better future than the Sixers right now.
that's true. That's true.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
There you go. Sixers
Well-
have no direction.
This is their one shot, Mitch. This
I
is
know.
it. This is
I know.
it.
This is it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been their shot for the last several years.
Yeah,
I mean,
but the East has been difficult, and injuries, and it's an
No, I mean-
accumulation.
no, screw that, Joe. I mean, come on, man. It's just that. I mean, I look. I'm a Sixers fan. I love to see them succeed. I'm
I do
tired
too.
of it. I'm
I
fucking
am
tired
too.
of it. Part of my
I
friend.
am, man. Dude, I am too. We'll talk about this later. We'll talk about this later.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. My dad brings up a very good point. Why are we talking about the Sixers? We have a Super Bowl team to discuss. Damn it.
I love your
Yeah,
dad,
yeah,
man.
right.
I
I
love
mean,
your dad.
What are we? Spike Eskin and Jack Fritz?
Yes. Yes. But all right.
Which,
Let's go
by the
over
way, I
Sound
could
the
have
clap.
played better. I could have played better tennis with a beep ball than Jack Fritz did. Then just to say,
What was that? What the hell was that? I'll tell you right now. If anybody wants to, if I learn anything from that, they're just awful, just awful.
trolls. Anyhow,
Trolls on top of trolls.
Hold on. For Jack Fritz, okay?
You suck. You suck.
All right. Let's
Somebody's like,
discuss the winners and losers of last night. Who will be your winners? Let's start off with the winners. For me, I think number one for all of us is Tanner McKee. I think Tanner McKee is number
No
one for
question.
all of us across the board.
No question.
two
Number-
two throwing touchdowns, one tush push. Hey, and we know he could do the tush push. That's even better.
Or yeah,
Yeah.
Burst got fooled by that too. I noticed that too on the tush push too, but that's another story.
And then number two, I will have to go with Johnny Wilson. Johnny
man.
Wilson was on fire. That one catch over that 5'9" corner.
Oh
was
yeah,
crazy.
that
That
was
was crazy.
that was
So-
insane.
Yeah,
Who's
but
your
to be
guys'
fair,
number
that's
two?
kind of unfair, isn't it? Like
It
6,
is.
7, 5, 9. Like he's just like, hey, don't mind if I stand over you, do you? And, like 6'7". Johnny Wilson is the tallest receiver in the league.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
that's
was-
why
I
he's
think
number two.
he's taller. I think he's taller than I was obviously taller than AJ Brown and Devontae.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to figure out who was another tall receiver in the league that was that tall.
Let's look.
Was it
tallest
Santonio
wide receiver.
Holmes?
Jefferson,
Justin Jefferson, maybe
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson. But the thing about it too with Johnny Wilson, he's all bulked up too. He gained a lot of muscle.
Who's your third, Mitch?
Hold on, I'm looking. Who's the top one? Okay, now it's giving me all the time. Number three, I want to say Jahai Campbell so bad, but that interception that he dropped really did it for me.
I
If he
think
got
if
that,
he would have caught that interception, it would have sealed it.
yes,
like-
he would have been top three, no matter
Exactly.
what. If he caught that, but
It was a lock.
I might have to go in Nia Smith here as my number three. I think that the wide receivers showed out. They showed out today.
That they did. That they
Oh.
did.
There goes my PlayStation controller. All right, who's your guys' number 2?
Mm.
Well, I got my controller.
You want me to go, Joe, or you want
Whoever
ahead,
wants to
James.
go.
I gotta go with Will Shipley. I'm sorry, man. I thought Shipley played his backside off last night. Same thing with Johnny Wilson too. But you know, as it's preseason, I know some of these players sadly are not gonna be on the team. When the time calls for when rosters have to be cut down from 90 to 52, 53 by whenever the cut down days are. For me, it's Will Shipley number 2, and I gotta go with number 3. I'm gonna go with an unknown, Darius Cooper. I think Darius Cooper
I
played.
like that.
I thought he did very well last night. And Darius is a very good name, guys. If I can do a sound effect, I can actually play Wagon Wheel like Darius Rucker would. I'm sorry.
But
Yeah.
so my number 2
Yeah, well,
is
Darius.
my number 2, and the fact that we have 2 Coopers on this team is kind of interesting.
It is.
So
We don't have Sheldon Cooper, but we have 2
No.
other
Oh,
Coopers.
dude, don't
No.
say that. Don't.
We-
Now,
I love
I'm gonna cut.
Sheldon.
Now I'm gonna cut your mic off.
Bazinga. Anyhow,
Dude, I
Oh,
love
no,
Sheldon
no.
Cooper.
Oh,
I saw him live.
Oh,
So-
my God. Oh, my God.
so anyhow, my second is
My
AJ.
stomach turn, man. Damn.
My
dude.
my second is AJ Dillon,
Bell.
and my
Oh,
third
yep.
There you go.
my third is Trey Robinson, because
Ooh.
I love me
Ooh.
some sacks, and that boy feasted last night, just
Mm.
like we thought. Like we said this a month or 2 ago when he got drafted. And Mitch, you were one of the first ones that like led in and said, "Okay, I am looking forward to this guy."
Yeah.
Because the size, the power, and the speed, that combination, the dancing bear, that guy is just a phenomenal defensive tackle. And as like a alternate, I would also kind of put, because I know this guy helped Trey Robinson, Gabe Hall. He helped a lot last night, and he took over the spot that we talked about Thomas Booker having. So it's interesting. And again, Gabe Hall, another one that was undrafted. Howie Roseman isn't just utilizing the players like Spud kind of said this last night on the telecast. 10 uh 10 rookies that were drafted, and then 10 undrafted rookies, and then 13 players that were on 1-year contracts.
Yeah.
That is work. That is like a boatload of scouting, a boatload of signing, and a boatload of, people being moved around. And all while he's locking up Zach Bond, and he's making sure that his other team, the rest of the team, is satisfied and happy. Like this, Howie Roseman is kind of putting together this very interesting dynasty-like team, because, like James alluded to earlier, they're all young, and we have 13 draft picks coming up in the upcoming draft.
Yep.
It's gonna get crazy.
All
Yep,
right. So
that it
we're
is.
winding down on time. Pick one loser for this game. For me, it's going to be Jake Elliott for missing that kick.
Well, no comment on that. Did you guys notice something last night that was actually interesting?
What?
Jake Elliott holding the football when Brandon Mann was kicking the field goal for the PAT. Yeah, I actually saw this. There was a scene. There was a game. There was a thing in the game when Jake Elliott was holding, he was the placeholder for Brandon Mann for attempting the extra point. So so it was Jake Elliott. I forget who it was. I think it was Jake Elliott. It was Jake Elliott holding the football and Brandon Mann kicking it for the extra point. So,
So they're
Jake
trying
Elliott can do
different
everything.
things. Yeah, they're trying different things.
What
if
if, buddy?
Yeah.
what
James,
if
can you say that again? I'm sorry. My headphone cut out.
Oh
Can
no,
you say
you're
that
fine.
again?
No, I said Jake Elliott was the placeholder when he was holding. He was like, you know how Brady Man is the placeholder for Jake Elliott. They opposite. Brady Man was the one that kicked the field goal, and Jake Elliott was the placeholder. Was holding the football for one of the PATs that they scored. It was Jake Elliott.
So wait, Jake Elliott did not miss that one?
No,
No, I
he
don't think
did.
so.
He did.
No, he did. He did.
Okay,
This was
good.
a
Then he's
PAT.
still my loser. He
Okay.
can't be missing kicks. He's still my loser.
by Jake Schrader, my lean says, "Oh my god."
My loser.
Yeah, there you go.
Unfortunately, and I hate this because I really do like the guy, but my loser is Keely Ringo.
Yeah, I'm trying to go
Because-
something different.
Yeah, here's my thing. This guy needs to do better, a lot better, and he needs to pick it up and throw it down real quick because this dude's been in the system for a minute, and I don't care if you sit there and say, okay, it's a new, I went against Jamar Chase or, T. Higgins. I don't care. Who do you think you're going to go against week 1? Who do you think you're going to go against week 2? Like, we start out fast and furious this season. So Kelly's got to be ready to come out the blocks. If he's slow, we are at least the number 2 receiver for each team is going to scorch us. Your guy Quintanamo Bay, Mr. Mitchell over there, he's not going to be, he's going to have to send up a solar flare just to kind of show that he's still alive.
Yeah.
Hey, he's number 49 in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Jordan
Not
Mailata
bad.
is number
Not bad
60.
for.
Jordan Mailata is number 69. Out of every number, he gets that one.
Could have been 68, like his jersey number. Jesus.
So James, who's your loser?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you guys with Keely Ringo. I mean, the reason why I thought, man, it's just when I saw that last
hard
time
for you because
and it is because I want him to succeed very, very well. Obviously, when I thought of Keely Ringo in 2022, when we got him, was that national championship, that pick 6, sealed the game, beating Alabama. And I see last night Jamar Chase basically freezes him like he was like the free like that card. What was it that what's that Marvel character, the Freeze or something like that? Like he definitely froze him out of his shoes.
Wow.
So yeah,
Iceman.
I mean, Iceman. There you go. So like,
What,
so Jamar
Iceman?
Chase.
Wait,
No.
George Iceman Gervin?
No,
I wouldn't
know.
know. I wouldn't know. I don't even know any of these Marvel TV shows, honestly.
No, he's a basketball player, I just said.
Oh, what am I
George
talking about?
Iceman Gervin, that's his name.
Yeah.
Well, in the words of Foreigner, he was cold as ice last night, and someday you'll pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he paid Thursday. He paid 3 days.
And he needs to be urgent next time and the next time out too. But no, back to my Ringo thing before we get out of here. Disappointing. It was really disappointing last night.
Yeah. 3 words or less about the game last night. 3 words or less about the game last night. For me, Tanner McKee.
Rules.
Damn, I need one more word.
Rules. Tanner McKee rules. Rocks.
I want a different one. Fly, Tanner, fly. There you go.
All right.
Well, James took mine because I was gonna say Tanner McKee rules.
Actually, no, I got one step better. But
Okay.
go ahead,
Go for it.
Tush
Wait.
Push resurrected.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I like that one
Tanner's
too.
tush
Keep the
push.
flow. I like that.
Keep the flow. There you go. I like
That's
that.
a good one.
Tanner's tush push.
Push.
Hey.
Total
Push.
Tanner tush.
Push it, Packers. Take that, Packers. There we go.
You mean Epic Packers?
After Packers.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah,
And
that's just
I
mine
can't
now.
wait to that game. I just
Oh,
can't.
dude, I know. Me too.
I
Me
cannot
too.
wait to that game. Like whoever, I mean, I'm going to give a shout out to our old sponsor, Philly Sports Trip. Go book a ticket for that game if you haven't already. Vince, this is free money for you. I don't care. I want that stadium to be completely filled with Eagles green because I want the rain of fire to rain down on Lambeau Field.
frozen tundra in Lambeau Field. Oh man, that's gonna be so fun.
Was not as strong as our Tush Push first stringers. Yeah, I'm just glad we got it.
I'm just glad we got it back. That's why I said Tush Push was resurrected. And by the way, Landon Dickerson was the highlight of the night with that Uncrustable.
Uncrustable. Yes.
Yeah, that was great.
He kind of reminded me of a kid. He kind of reminded me of a kid when he's like the dad, like the mom and dad are like in the band and he's just like eating, like just chilling there. So I mean, Landon Dickerson's like real good.
I love Lane's reaction. He's like, "Oh yeah, he's just trying to put on weight." He's like, yeah, it's my younger self. Like he's my younger brother. He's just trying to make weight. I'm like, he's trying to make weight by eating Uncrustables. I'm like, okay. And like my daughter who eats Uncrustables saw him eating and was like, "Daddy, can I get an Uncrustable?" I'm like, damn it. Like, damn it, Landon.
All right, guys. All right, we're gonna close this out, but first, guys, no show next week. I'm not gonna be here. So, and then after next week, every single week, we're good. So, just one more time, and then we're good. So,
we're gonna be
going a little vacation and going down the shore. So, with that being said, guys, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. We got some people in the chat. And Dom won for a peace tube. That is true. That was because they were eating context for last week. Yep. With that being said, guys, we'll catch you all next week. Let me get to the video and peace, guys.